Alright guys, fuel light turned on at 125 miles, so we're going to fill her up, see what kind of mileage we got in the 350. Alright, so in Hawaii here, we can do ethanol-free gas because of all the marine. So I only use ethanol-free 89 in the motorcycles. So she took 2 gallons. So 125 divided by 2 equals 62 miles the gallon commuting on the 350 EXE. Not too damn shabby. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I just wanted to show you my new Footpegs that I put on the 350. I wanted them a 1/2 inch lower and a 1/2 inch back because I have pretty big feet, and the EXE position is a little cramped for me. And the other reason is I did not want aluminum foot pegs. You crash on aluminum foot pegs here and they're just chewed up. So I wanted these big gnarly metal. Handled the torture of my last KTM that I rode the absolute dog crap out of. So anyway, without further ado, here we go. Brand new set of Fastway EVO 3s. And a lot of people don't get the EVO 3s anymore. They get the fancier aluminum ones, but the reason I specifically got these is because of these ones. These are the pegs that I took off my 250SX before I sold it. They have about a gazillion hours on them. They've smashed into the asphalt. They've done all kinds of things, and they held up awesome. I think the other one might be bent a little bit from a gnarly crash, but I didn't want the aluminum to just wear out on this bike, so I got another pair of EVO 3s, and I wouldn't put these on the 690 because they're not long enough. You still need the rally pegs on the 690, but on my 350 they're pretty awesome. One thing I wanted to say is that I have them mounted in a low boy position. So if you look, they provide you with this collar here, and you can either press the collar in through the top or press the collar in through the bottom. And if you press it in through the bottom rather, it ends up looking like this old foot peg that was on my older KTM, and it raises the peg up about a 1/2 inch and about a 1/2 inch forward. So in this low boy position, it's a 1/2 inch down and a 1/2 inch back. And I just got back from about a 30-mile ride, not off-road but on the road. Difference affects where my leg sits on this fuel tank. So before it would kind of ride up here, now it rides down here a little bit. It's a lot more natural position for me, and I can just, it feels like there's a lot more control. It's amazing how much a 1/2 inch will make a difference, but I think these foot pegs look pretty good. They're burly as hell. I put one little spacer in there. But other than that, I dig these foot pegs, old school style. One other thing I'm going to throw into this video real quick. If you haven't ground those inner teeth off of your KTM brake pedals, this happens to be on my 350 again, do that, because you take a side impact, those teeth punch holes in your cover. You can see the chips in my cover, and that is
literally from the bolts. So the teeth used to stick out farther than the bolts, and those would have punched holes in my cover. So if you haven't ground those 2 inner teeth off of your KTM brake lever, you should do it now so that you don't end up with holes in the case. Alright guys, so Fastway EVO 3 foot pegs, old school. I have definitely torture tested these things. These ones are brand new on this bike, but my old bike, I rode them in the gnarliest of gritty, volcanic ash, sand stuff for, I think they were on that bike for 4 years, and just rode the dog crap out of those things. Yeah, it might have rattled a little bit towards the end, but with all the crashes on them, and I mean, they're just all murdered. They still held up. I just put my stock pegs back on it to sell it so it would look a little bit better. But Fastway EVO 3s, I will link them down in the description. You do need a fit kit for them. This is the old school peg. The new one has these press-in pieces instead of the cast piece. So yeah, pretty awesome pegs. Check them out. See ya.
Alright guys, we're down here at the end of the world, they call it. This is the site of the last Hawaiian battle. I don't know if you can see in the video, but all these rock formations are burial sites for the warriors out there in the rocks. Yeah, end of the world. Look it up.